My employee told me he got 6 weeks of work done in 6 hours after I taught him how to use AI the way I do in order to get work done in my business. And I'm going to teach you the same in this video. My name's Christian Brown, and over the last 4 months, I've helped over 40 business owners save over 500 hours a week off the work that they're personally doing in their businesses by building custom solutions using AI, things like custom software, custom AI, and automations for their businesses. What I'm going to share with you today is how I get a day to a week's worth of work done in an hour by using AI every single day. And specifically, you're going to walk away with the exact steps I take to organize my thoughts and then build custom software and AI automations that manage and run parts of my business for me, which you could use yourself, that would normally take months to build and thousands of dollars. And so the beauty is by the end of this video, you'll literally know how to just talk at your phone and get a day to a week's worth of work done every hour that you put in. And so the plan is to kind of go over step by step how you talk to your phone and use these AIs in order to build these custom systems to save you a ton of time in your business. So let's go over the 4 key things that we're going to talk about in order for you to learn this skill. And you're going to learn this skill by the end of this video, right? This video might be 10, 15, 20 minutes, but by the end of it, you will know how to get a day to a week's worth of work done. So number 1 is how to organize your thoughts. So we're going to go over how to get prepped in order to do this. Number 2 is the 3 steps to dictation. So when you're dictating to your phone, that's talking to your phone, there's kind of like 3 key things that you need to do in order to basically have the AI be useful to you. And if you don't do these 3 things, then you're going to get bad answers and you're not going to be able to build these systems quickly and effectively. The 3rd thing is we're going to map the project with Grok. So once we've dictated correctly, I'm going to show you how to essentially use Grok to map this into a custom system or software for your business. And then number 4, I'm going to explain to you guys how to build it in Replit so you can actually build a custom software, AI, or automation in your business. So let's dive right in. Number 1 is organize your thoughts. Now, this one's kind of funny because the reality is you don't want to organize your thoughts. Let me explain. When you're in communication with someone else or you're presenting in front of a crowd, you want to make sure that you're saying the right things and you sound smart and you look good and you're persuasive. That's the exact opposite of how you want to act in this situation. In this situation specifically, you want to just have free-flowing thoughts. So whenever I've taught this to my employees specifically, who are really the people that I've taught so far, they get started and they keep getting tripped up when they try to talk to their phone. They try to dictate and explain what they want to get done, how they want to do it. And that, oh, wait, no, that doesn't sound good. Restart. And they keep trying to restart because they feel like they sound dumb and they want to make sure that AI understands them correctly. And that's the exact wrong way to think about this. You don't want to organize your thoughts. You don't want to have this thing perfectly mapped out. What you want to do is think of AI as a super intelligent being that can understand what you're trying to convey, even if you might not be that good at conveying it. And so what you do to actually dictate to this is you get the idea in your head. Oh, I'm trying to automate my books, or I want to build a custom CRM that works in a specific way that would be better for my sort of company and industry. Or I want to build whatever it is. And you've got this idea in your head and it's vague and you don't exactly know, but you know, like you've got the core end goal that you want to achieve and you've got this core problem that you're trying to take care of that's a pain and you haven't figured it out yet. And that's okay, right? When you dictate to your phone, you need to just be free flowing with your thoughts and just go, and just talk. And what you'll find is by doing that, after you're chatting with your phone or really talking to it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 minutes, all of a sudden, all your thoughts start to kind of organize themselves. And then you can start to get much clearer on exactly what you're looking for. And when you do this, you're going to use that entire dictation in order to actually prompt Grok, even though the dictation might sound really silly. Like if you read it back to yourself, it might not even make total sense to you. And that's okay. Don't want to worry about that. So number 1, as far as organizing your thoughts, don't organize your thoughts. Don't worry about it. You don't know exactly how to solve this problem because you haven't done it yet. And that's okay. AI is going to help you. Just start talking. So let's get into number 2, 3 steps to dictation. So when it comes to dictating, there's 3 key things. And the first step is really what I just discussed. I just wanted to kind of reiterate it. It's don't worry about organizing your thoughts, just get started. Now, once you get started, there's really 2 key things that you need to get done in your dictation. First, you need to provide context for the problem that you're trying to solve or the system that you're trying to build. And then second, you need to explain the functionality of how this thing would work. So what do I mean by that? If I'm trying to build, say, a CRM, for example, a customer relationship management software, if I just start talking to my phone and saying, hey, I want to build a CRM and I want the CRM to do this and that, and I want each lead to have a name and a phone number and an email, and I'm just explaining all these kind of details, and I'm like, this is exactly how I want the CRM to be, and this is how I want it to work. And that's how you dictate to your phone. You're going to get a really bad answer, and you're going to get a really bad solution that doesn't fit what you want. And the reason is AI is like a person, right? In order to help, if you were to sit down with an expert to help you build a CRM or something, in order for them to do it for you in the best way possible, you would need to help them understand kind of what you're doing in your business and how it works in order for them to get a better picture of the why behind your CRM, the why behind your system. And so the second piece to dictating at your phone is you want to give it the why. You want to give it the context. So let's say you have a business like mine. So mine it's development as a service. So we build custom AI solutions for people, right? To basically solve whatever their biggest problem is in their business. So what I would do is I was trying to build a CRM is I would take the first 5 or 10 minutes to dictate to my phone and say, hey, I have this company. This is what we're doing. This is where we're at. These are the systems we have currently. I have this problem where I'm not able to track my customers very well, and maybe I'm struggling to manage the projects, whatever it is. And I would give it all this context. And what I'm really trying to do here is I'm trying to build a custom CRM in order to better, understand where my customers are in the pipeline and how they're doing once they're on board with the company. And, to make sure that things don't fall through the cracks so that once the customers come on later, if something changes and I need to reach out to them, I can't find their phone number or something, right? Because maybe at this point in your business, you're just using an Excel sheet. And so things get lost sometimes, right? And maybe you got some stuff on an Excel sheet here and some stuff on a Google sheet somewhere else. And so you've got this whole cluster of issues going on that is causing you problems. And so explain that stuff, explain the context. What is the whole purpose? Why are we building this thing? Super key, right? So don't worry about organizing your thoughts, number 1. And number 2, explain the context, explain the why behind this thing that you're building. And then finally, in the final step, you want to explain the function. Okay, so the way that I envision this CRM, for example, is we've got a lead page and we've got an auto dialer and now you kind of map out each of the distinct key things that you would want in it, right? So sometimes I use this for building custom software, but other times I'll use this for mapping out and creating these videos, for example, right? Is I might have an idea of how I'm going to build great content online for my customers so that they would get a lot of value out of this. And, this isn't something I've really done before. And so then how would I use AI to actually help me map this out? Well, I would start talking to AI. I would give it the context. I would explain to it exactly what I just explained to you so that it would understand the why behind what I'm trying to do. And then I would say, what I want you to do is I want you to do deep research into what actually makes videos interesting and makes people want to continue watching. And what do people actually value when it comes to my industry? And I would ask it to research all of these different things. And then I'd be like, and so the bottom line is I want you to map out this document for me that lays out step by step exactly how I produce videos that would be incredibly valuable for my audience in the industry that I'm in, so that if they wanted the kind of things that I offer and I taught them that stuff, if they said, hey, I don't want to do it myself, then they might pay me for it. right? So I would explain that. And now I've dictated to my phone properly, and I've done everything that I need to do in order to actually get the value out of AI and build the system or build the document or build whatever it is to actually be able to do that thing, right? So once you do that, you organize your thoughts, then you explain the context and the why, then you map out kind of the function or how you want this thing to be, right? Each of the different functions in the CRM or each of the different key pieces of how you think a great piece of content would go. And if you don't know the exact answers to how your content should go, ask the AI. Say, you know, this dictation, by the way, this is just speech to text, right? So on my phone, actually, this is important to explain. On my phone, I have an app called Color Note. So I've got an Android. The vast majority of phones come with some sort of app or system that has speech to text. You're going to need to download one of those, get one of those. And then all you do is you click listen and you start dictating to it. And you do exactly what I just talked about. And you get through all that stuff. And then at the end, it goes, awesome. It's got all that. It's turned everything that you just spewed out into text, which you're then going to drop into an AI. So then we get to step 3, which is map out the project in Grok. Literally all you're going to do, and you might have to add one extra sentence at the end of this, is say, okay, so just to reiterate, the whole point of what I'm trying to do here and why I just dropped this huge big block of text is because I'm trying to solve X problem, and I want you to help organize my thoughts and map it out into a system or a document or whatever it is that I need in a concise format that allows me to see if what I'm trying to build makes the most sense or if there's anything that I need to tweak. Maybe you say something like that, right? Give it a quick, like, this is my goal. Then you literally go to Grok, and this is what I do. I actually go on my phone. I use Color Note as the app, and I click the email button. I mean, you could also just copy and paste it onto your computer or copy and paste it into the Grok app, for example. But I personally just send email. Then I sit down at my computer and I open up my email and I go to grok.com and I just copy and paste a whole block of text. And this text, sometimes it'll be 10 pages of text. Literally, if you drop it into a Word document, it'll be 10 pages. I'll rant for an hour sometimes, nonstop. Like, just free flow your thoughts. Just let them go, right? Don't worry about the structure. AI is genius. It's going to figure it out. It's going to understand what you're trying to do. I take that, copy it, paste it into Grok, wait maybe 10 to 30 seconds. In the worst case scenario, it takes a minute. Boom. What it does, it will spit back out to you basically the dream answer. You would not believe it. Things that used to take me literally weeks, in an hour, like, because I can't organize my thoughts very well, I'm ADD, in an hour I'll do this and bam, it's perfectly mapped out. Then if you're trying to build a custom software or an AI or an automation, all you have to do after you drop this into Grok is you get to step 4, which is you build in Replit. Then the next step is so simple. All you say is you say, I want to build, let's say it's not like a document, but it's an actual custom software AI automation. You want to say to Grok, perfect, I want you to take this system that you just mapped out for me, and I want you to convert it into a Replit prompt. So I use this AI, which uses Claude code. It's called Replit, replit.com, replit.com. So Grok, take this system that we just designed and create a prompt for Replit in order to build this. It's going to take a couple seconds. It's instantly going to spit out for you literally a Replit prompt. Then you go to Replit. I believe Replit has a free version. Otherwise, and you can maybe put one prompt in there. Otherwise, I think it's maybe like $40 a month. I'm on the Teams plan. It might be 20 or 30. Go into Replit, copy and paste the prompt that Grok gave you, click enter, build, and it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes, and it's probably going to cost you $5 to $10 in tokens, maybe $2, and your system will be built. And what you will find is that a system that would have taken a regular developer 3 months to build, you will have just 90% built it in an hour. And all you had to do was talk at your phone and then paste it into Grok, and then take the paste from Grok and paste it into Replit. And that's it. Now you're probably going, wait, 90%. What about the last 10%? Well, when you're building these custom systems, usually it gets really awesome the first time. But there's always a few tweaks and things, and you don't like this thing here and you want it over here. And then that becomes really easy. Replit, you just tell it you just act like it's a person. Act like AI is a person and say, hey, I don't like this here, move it here. And you just prompt it a few more times, spend another $5 over a half hour, an hour, and you'll take your system and get it absolutely perfect. And it'll be the dream thing. And you can automate your entire books or your entire lead gen system or your entire qualification system or your entire project management system or whatever it is you need in your business. I mean, heck, I'm building a system right now for construction companies, excavation companies that literally takes the process to do a takeoff and an estimate, which takes these business owners 5 to 50 hours per estimate that they're doing. And with Replit, I'm building a system that's going to make it take like 30 minutes, like turn a 50-hour project into like 30 minutes. That's crazy because these companies are spending thousands of hours a year. And how it's getting built is me and my teammate are literally just dictating, just like what I'm talking to you about today, right now. So anyway, just wanted to go over that. Hopefully that's helpful for you guys. To summarize, bottom line, you can get a week's worth of work done or a day's worth of work done every single hour just by using AI. And all you have to do is talk to your phone and tell it what you want. Let your thoughts flow free. Copy and paste it into Grok. Get the prompt. Copy and paste it in Replit. And that'll be it.